Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharif Zahir. I'm the managing director of Ananta Group, which is a manufacturing company based in Dhaka in Bangladesh. Today I'm going to share with you the story of Ananta Group, how we have taken the company forward, the challenges that we faced, and the lessons that we have learned in the process. A brief background of the company. The company was started by my father, late Humayun Zahir. He was quite a visionary as an entrepreneur. He started one of the first private commercial banks in the country, which is today one of the biggest banks. He also started an insurance company in the private sector, which were quite entrepreneurial at that time, back in the 80s. After he passed away in 93, my mother actually took over the helm of the company. And at that time, we were quite young, so the focus was on education. I studied myself from UT Austin in Texas, and so did the other siblings in the family. As I got back in 2006 from University of Texas at Austin, I took up the company, which at the time employed 600 people in one factory, basically. So where we are today, so Ananta Group has achieved substantial progress. We have basically taken the company to almost $200 million turnover today, employing from 500 people. We are today employing almost 20,000 direct employees across 7 factories. We have diversified the product portfolio quite a lot. We are into denim manufacturing. We got into suit manufacturing, which is quite a new product for Bangladesh. We are doing value-added jacquard heavy knits, basically. So the company has achieved almost consistent 25 to 30% growth over the last 4 to 5 years. This kind of reflects the industry overall, which almost grew by 20% year on. As per some of the reports done by McKinsey, the industry is expected to grow up to $40 billion, provided the right infrastructure is built. So we, as a company, we have taken this as an opportunity, and the attention is quite focused. Today, our workforce consists of almost 61% female employees, and most of them are quite fresh as they join us. We kind of like take the step of taking fresh workers without any work experience, which has helped us to shape them in the way like we want to run the company. These are from ages from 18, basically they start, and then we see they stay with us till 25 until they move on to their families. The median age is 21 years. I think that reflects the industry overall in Bangladesh, which is the potential. And we have a huge workforce coming into the industry almost every year. The total workforce in the garment sector is almost today 5 million people. As they join us, within a few months, we've seen their average salary is almost $2,000. Whereas the per capita income is $1,300 in Bangladesh. So we take these fresh workers and we elevate them to a decent salary quite quickly. So today we will share some of the challenges that we faced in a developing country. I think a lot of these are common across the other countries that we have seen. Electricity is a big problem. Was a bigger problem actually back in the 2000. We have seen significant improvement in the electricity in Bangladesh. There's been a lot of initiatives taken. Energy, we need the natural gas to run our boilers, which is quite important for the denim business. It has been a challenge. Getting the electricity connection itself is a big challenge, and these are like hindrance to growth. Infrastructure is a big problem. Everything is local, is based in a very small place within the city, which makes it very difficult, for us to build bigger factories. A lot of it has to do with the perception of Bangladesh. The safety codes overall is not enforced that strictly, which brings in quite a negative impression on the industry. And as an entrepreneur, we find it very difficult to overcome that preconceived mindset, even though we build like world-class factories. Training is a big problem. Like I said, we, as a company, we kind of do it ourselves. We take in fresh employees, and we try to teach them in-house. There is no institutional training in such a big organization, in such a big industry. Lack of regulations, there is no proper port. We don't have a deep sea port, so the transit time is almost 30 days to bring in the raw materials and then 30 days to ship out the goods. So in a fast fashion business, these are all hindrances that we face. We have to rely a lot on the expats, which makes it difficult, basically in terms of retaining people. The middle management, again, the lack of education overall in the country has made it difficult for us to have a stable middle management. So these are things that we, as a company, we have been doing it internally. So as we grew to almost like a big institution with 20,000 people, so these have been pretty much the challenges that we have faced. Access to finance that we've been discussing in the previous discussions. Interest rates run almost to 15%, which makes it very difficult for us to compete with other countries. And the loan durations are usually very short. So the lessons we have learned over the years, we have grown very strong partnerships. Strong partnerships with our customers, basically. We have learned a lot from them. They have brought in practices from other countries. They have helped us in learning. Through the relationships, we have actually assured long-term contracts with a lot of our customers, which is quite rare in the industry. And over the years, we have tried to add more value-added products as we have taken the company forward. So we pretty much, as a company, we have added almost all the big retailers in the world today. We have been working with H&M for almost 18 years now. Again, we have grown quite a lot with the company. We have worked with Gap again for like 16 years or so. In fact, we are working with Warner Group recently, with Dressman and Cubas and some of their other brands. So we pretty much we cover Bestseller Group, Zara, Mango, and like all the big retailers. So we have partnered, basically today why I'm here is because of our relationship with Frontier Fund. So Norfund has an investment in Frontier Fund, and together so we've brought in Frontier Fund in 2010. So this was quite a visionary thing for us because usually what we've seen is if the companies are successful, if it's a family-owned company, there is a lot of reluctance to actually bring in partners. So we basically, by bringing in Frontier Funds, have actually changed our business concept quite a lot. We are one of the few manufacturers who have a holding structure. The setup in Bangladesh is such the tax structure used to be like we get tax holidays every 5 years. So people end up with a lot of limited companies under their wing. So for us to bring it in under one umbrella with a holding structure and making it transparent actually made it easier for us to work with other DFIs like IFCs, FMOs, and DAGs. Frontier Fund has also has guided us over the years to make the institution more corporate. So we have invested in CFOs, CEOs of the individual factories. So we've built a structure where the companies are quite independent in terms of their operation. So as we grow bigger, so this has been quite important to us. Again, through Frontier Funds, we have access to other institutions like the IFCs, DEGs, and FMOs, where we have been able to attract low-cost funding for longer-term tenure. And I'm quite happy to say, I think for our future projects, which will get into bigger projects, all these relationships are going to be quite crucial. In the last couple of years, we have partnered with international companies who have been experts in their field. The gentleman you see in the middle is quite a legend. He's Mr. Martin Trust. He's from US. He used to sit in the board of a limited group, which owned Victoria's Secret, Express, A&F, and a lot of companies. So he has actually, back in the 80s, he has helped companies in Sri Lanka grow to like $1 billion company today, like the Brandix and MAS. So we have found him a little bit late at his age, and he's been partnering with us for the last 4 years. But again, like a lot of guidance, a lot of direction on like how to move the company forward. We've partnered with British partners based out of Romania, who has been in suit manufacturing, formal suits, for the last 25 years. For us, getting into a new product has been much easier to bring in these partners. We have partnered with Chinese partners. A lady called Mrs. Mao, you see there. She actually cannot speak a sentence of English, and she's been running a very successful operation in China, but we've been able to convince her to actually invest in Bangladesh and bring her product knowledge into the country. So all this has helped us to move forward quite fast. Again, as a company, we have to, it's a very competitive industry, so we have to compete with our other players in the industry. So one way was to differentiate our capabilities. We invest a lot on R&D. We employ people in Italy, where like it's a denim hub. So we have got designers in Italy. We've got people in Turkey. We've got almost 50 expats in the company, where like we are spending a lot on the R&D part of the business. We have focused a lot on process engineering. Even though like the garment business maybe might seem to be quite a traditional business, but we see there's a lot of element to it. There's marketing, product development, and the R&D part. There is a big pool of people to manage, so the HR plays an important role. And then the entire production part involves a lot of process engineering, minute value countings, and a lot of automation. Over the years, we've been spending a lot in automation as well. We have invested in ERP, which is actually like a very recent initiative. The entire process is being actually brought into the ERP system. We have invested in planning software. We have invested in things like G-Pro, which is like RFID readers in the manufacturing process. It's a lot of elements, a lot of small parts, a lot of people to handle. So like, so the technology part is very important. And as we plan to take the company forward, these investments are going to play a very important part. On the culture and sustainability part, we have focused a lot. So the new factories that we are building takes into account the environmental part. We are going for LEED certification, which is an effort to bring down the carbon footprint. We are bringing in more energy efficient systems in workplace. The generators that we are running runs at a very high efficiency, where we have cogeneration systems where we're using the steam to run our boilers. We are taking into account all possibilities to improve the environmental aspect. Recently, there is a lot of, some of you will know, there is a lot of initiative from the brand formed Accord and Alliance, which are safety measures. So even for our factories, which are much better than like the average standard, industry standard, we have been investing a lot in retrofitting like our existing factories as well. So we would have fire fighting systems, fire alarms, where like it's very advanced, where like if an incident happens, an automatic SMS is going to go out to the fire department. There's a lot of investment in the fire doors and like overall system improvements. Going beyond that, as we have more access to fund and as we are growing, we are going to basically eliminate the risk altogether. We are building factories which will be more flat roof, which will be spread across more open space. So these are like the maturity that is actually happening in the industry. We produce a lot of denim. We produce almost 100,000 pieces denim per day, so that involves a lot of washing. So a lot of initiative is going on to reduce the water usage. We're investing in machines that have a very low liquor ratio. We are investing in chemicals that can run in very low temperatures. We are using a lot of new technology, like in ozone, for example, which can wash a garment without any use of water. We're using laser. So there's a lot that goes on into the process of manufacturing a garment. As we are dealing with people, we spend a lot of effort on the social compliance part. Sorry, I'll just go back. So we've done a lot of things that are new for the industry, that are more of concepts. In Bangladesh, in this industry, there's a lot of problem of running extra overtime. Our new factories, 2 of our new factories are running in 2 shifts, and the shift is actually running at 7.5 hours, not even 8 hours. This has been an immense success for us, where we have been able to reduce the absenteeism, very low turnover, labor turnover, which is less than 2%, which is quite impressive for the industry. A lot of challenges. It brings in a lot of management challenges, but managing these 2 shifts and managing it within the legal hours has actually helped us in improving the productivity. So these are going to be initiatives that we're going to take. With a big labor force, we have a blood bank, which is helping a lot of not only our workers but their relatives as well. We have free medical checkup for the workers. There is regular dental and eye checkups through. We usually tie up with clinics like Mary Stops or Lions or Rotary, where people would be coming and doing regular checkups for our workers. With the customers, we have taken a lot of training measures. I will just share a story here about a worker who has been going through PACE training, which is an initiative. It's a training program we are doing with Gap, which actually involves training on. It's an 80-hour training on life skill. So it's not really on on our working matters, but it's more of how they manage their skills at their home, because these are young girls who come in at a young age. So giving them that training helps them to deal with their social problems that are very common in Bangladesh. I'll run you through one of the videos.
আমি একজন পিএস গ্র্যাজুয়েট। পিএস প্রোগ্রামের মাধ্যমে আমার জীবনের যে ইতিবাচক পরিবর্তন হয়েছে তা আমি আপনাদের সাথে শেয়ার করছি। পিএস ট্রেনিংয়ের প্রথম মডিউল ছিল যোগাযোগ। ট্রেনিং পূর্ববর্তী সময়ে আমি অন্যদের সাথে ভালোভাবে যোগাযোগ করতে পারতাম না, এমনকি আমি অনুপস্থিত থাকলেও সে ছুটি পাস করার জন্য আবেদন করতে পারতাম না এবং সঠিকভাবে কারোর সাথে যোগাযোগ করতে পারতাম না। আমার সুপারভাইজারকে আমি ছুটির কারণ বলতে পারতাম না। পেজ থেকে প্রশিক্ষণ নেওয়ার পর আমি তা সুন্দরভাবে উপস্থাপনা করতে পারি। পূর্বে আমি আমার সমস্যাগুলোকে বড় এবং কঠিন মনে করতাম, এমনকি ছোট সমস্যা হলেও আমি মনে করতাম এই সমস্যাটা সমাধান করা আমার পক্ষে সম্ভব নয়, কিন্তু এই প্রশিক্ষণ নেওয়ার পর আমার আত্মবিশ্বাস অনেক বেড়ে যায়।
So very small things, very small issues, but through proper training and being their mentors, we have been able to help them in managing their own life skill matters. Again, these are the small things that brings a big change in their lives. A lot of excitement in the country. As a company, we have a vision set for 2022. We have the possibility to grow the company to $1 billion turnover. There's going to be a lot more joint ventures. There's going to be a lot more product introduction, in the industry. So, we invite you guys to come and actually see how the industry is progressing. Beyond all the challenges and what we hear from the media, there are actually a lot of changes being made in the industry. And I think through Frontier Fund, through Norfund's initiatives, we would be able to bring a better workplace in the traditional industry. I'd like to thank Norfund for inviting me to present our company as well as Bangladesh. Like I said, it's not only the garment industry, but it's all sorts of industries that are growing, and it's a very fast-growing economy as well. So we invite you to Bangladesh. Thank you.